Hello everyone, my name is Kyla Aditi of Heart Breath Soul. I'm an artist, a healer, a holistic therapist and a believer of magic, and animal wisdom, and I just thought I would have a quick chat about communication, just some things that are going on in life at the moment made me kind of think there was some gems to be shared, just some simple thoughts. And there's the concept of it's the simple things in life. They've always really held a lot more weight for me personally than the larger things. It's all those little simple things that you do or someone else does, maybe a long-term partner or the simple things that just sort of build up, and it's the small gestures that really show your truth, I guess. So it's also, you can translate that concept to, it's the simple words that can really have a profound impact in any given moment. It's the simple words that can have that wonderful healing or heart-opening effect. When you're talking to someone and something really intense has just happened, or you're grieving and someone's listening to you, they're really listening to you, they're showing all the signs of nodding and gestures and, going, and they're really listening, and then on a deeper level they can also connect and engage and take it further with some simple words that help to prompt you to keep opening and connecting. So I thought I'd just, it's really easy stuff, but quite often it's the easy stuff that is actually hardest. Quite often because it takes a bit of courage sometimes to connect in when someone's feeling something really strongly, or they're really upset, or perhaps you've had an argument and you need to say some simple words to bridge, the disharmony. And so, there's I'll add it in the comments below, but just a series of simple sentences just to say, such as, how are you? When you're meeting someone on the bus or in interactions, or your friend, like really, how are you? And listening, looking at their body language, listening, looking at their face, their, all the things that they may not be saying also, but to all the things that they are saying. How are you feeling? Or, how did that make you feel if they've been talking about something specifically? How was that for you? And then the classics, I'm sorry, and really meaning it. It's not great to, say anything that isn't authentic or coming from a place of bad intention, of course, but, when you're saying these simple words, to really feel it, I'm sorry. 3 words, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Magic words, please. And, I love you. Where is it? There we go. The heart mantra, mudra. Yeah, I love you. I love you. And a simple exercise that I was thinking is really good to do is and I'll type this in the comments, just these words, just to sit with them and to say them out loud and see how it feels within your body. You might want to think of a certain person or situation that's happened in your life at the moment or in the past that you want to, bring some resolution to, and say the words, please forgive me. Holding that person or situation in your heart, please forgive me. Please forgive me. And taking a moment just to observe, where you feel it. And breathing into it, taking some nice deep breaths and sitting with it, letting it go, seeing what comes, seeing what flows. Yeah, so there's been a few things that have happened, and I've just been observing them lately. And you know, sometimes in these moments, people can't connect. You know, we're all different. We all come from different places of backgrounds and ways of talking, communicating. Some of us are very intellectual in a, you know, crown chakra, higher education kind of way, and have all the vocab and have all of that kind of knowledge to impart and share. Sometimes that's needed. Sometimes it's more of an emotional, you know, intelligence, the EQ, which is actually really needed in these situations. You know, the sensing, the feeling, the observing, that knowing, connecting with someone's energy. You know, they might be nodding, sorry, just had a dyslexic moment, nodding, yes, and you're just going, they're really not into this, or something funny is going on. So, yeah, the EQ taps into those sorts of things. It's, you know, the empathic, the clairvoyance, the intuition, all those sorts of beautiful talents. So in the moment, you know, there's that choice, and I've been observing that sometimes there's just that lack where the other person can't check in, they don't know how to check in, they don't come across as being especially interested or engaged, even though they may very well be, simply because they might not know exactly what to say, they might not get the timing right. You know, sometimes there's that perfect moment to say something and you're just sort of feeling it because their story is really intense, really upsetting, and you kind of resonate or get triggered, or, you know, you're processing it, and that moment slips by when you should have said, oh, you know, like, how does that make you feel? You know, sometimes, or you know, especially when things have been, you know, disharmony, or you know, arguments have happened, and it's sometimes very hard to get the timing right. And you know, there's so many other things at stake. There's pride, there's you know, not sure if you were at stake, you know, it gets complicated, and sometimes we stuff it up. We can't say I'm sorry quickly enough, we can't say I love you, and this space that happens when the other person doesn't say something sort of stretches out. You know, you've got two people here who are connecting, coming forwards, chatting, and then this space starts to get created, and awkwardness starts to seep in, and body language might close down, and it's kind of like a void that gets created, and it's a disconnection. You know, literally people might be chatting on the phone, things get a bit more tense, longer pauses, and then they'll be like, okay, I've got to go, and they literally disconnect the call and hang up. So at best, these sorts of communications, or, you know, less harmonious, less flowing, perfect conversations are maybe a bit one-sided, you know, and I don't think anybody really ever enjoys a one-sided conversation where you've got someone here speaking at you, telling you everything they know, being all kind of like, look at me, I need attention, I'm important, I'm knowledgeable. You know, knowledge is beautiful. I love knowledge. I have an academic, you know, father, and a long history of, I love studying and acquiring knowledge. But, you know, when you're really trying to connect with someone and share ideas, you know, it needs to be two ways. A one-sided conversation is not going to go very far. Of course, there's perfect places for it, you know, like structured classes where students come to learn from someone who has this knowledge base to share with them, and it's just not practical sometimes for there to be conversations going on in class. You know, sometimes it just has to be a one-sided kind of dialogue, and that's great. You know, it's efficiency. Mind you, having said that, if I go to see a film and the filmmakers are there, I have to stay for the question and answer. You know, it's like, it's the unknown, it's the, you know, getting deeper into the behind, the thinking of it, and also the connections, the resonances that people in the audience have had with the film, and I just think it's the most beautiful thing to connect with any kind of creator or author or maker if you've got them there in person. So yeah, broadening that connection and knowledge. But when we choose to engage, we choose to be present, we actively show an interest in the other, you know, we can create amazing things. You know, we can give healing to someone, gift it, just literally by our presence and literally by saying a few simple words which makes them feel heard and loved, or literally like you've got time for them, because in this busy kind of state that a lot of us live in these days, you know, time is really precious. And when you open up into this connection, you know, expansion of ideas, healing, you know, it's how new relationships form. You know, when you meet someone, you just magnetize towards them and you want to know more, and you listen and you observe everything. And I just think that it's great if we can try and emanate and recreate that sensation of newness in every moment, because it is new. Even if you've been with someone for 20 years in a relationship, or a family member, or someone who you struggle with, you know, if you approach the moment as a new time for connection and creation, you know, magic really can happen. Relationships can go deeper, so much more. And that's one of my passions, is to work with people in relationship to themselves, getting to know themselves, their identity, delving into relationships with others, whether that's intimate or colleagues or family members, relationships to them in grief, relationships to them and to their ancestry, to the past. That's what I really love doing. So feel free to get in touch with me, or send people my way if you know that they're struggling, or they want to heal a relationship, or deepen it, you know, expand it, make it even better than it already is. Or sometimes, you know, we need to honor and be grateful for a relationship and actually heal it, let it go. Sorry, my lights just dimmed down. Yeah, and that's equally as important. Honouring and letting go of relationships that aren't serving us, you know, not helping either party or one person in the party, depending on the scenario. Yeah, so in every moment we have that choice to be here right now, to be in touch with our breath and our body, to observe, to feel. You know, when people are talking to you, your sensory system is there, it's prevalent. It's observing, it's feeling. So just being aware with that, connecting with their vulnerability, your vulnerability, being engaged, you know, not getting distracted by notifications on your phone, holding eye contact, open body language towards someone, and yeah, just being present to the moment and the unknown. And there's a verb, to be, which I've always been really, you know, fascinated by it, because it kind of has this magical sense of anticipation and excitement about it. You know, it's like to be is like you're on the edge, just about to take a leap of faith, you know, before you take the next step in a career. It might be before you make a move, you know, leaning in to kiss someone. You know, it's you're right here just before something is about to be created, birthed, or released and cleared. You know, it's a magical place to be in. So I welcome you all, brave friends, lovers, enemies, family, strangers, everybody out there and everyone in your path that you come in contact with. In this astrological month, which is celebrating Leo, you know, the lion, the lioness, which is a symbol of wholehearted warmth, connection, love, tenderness, leadership, celebration of life, and to be proud, you know, pride. So I invite you all to tap into these qualities as you go about your day and you go out into the night. to connect with those that you come across, to connect with those people that call you, email you, you have dinner with, to just really give them a bit more, to be there right now in the moment, and to engage and be interested. And yeah, why not be magnetic, create magic, make new friends, new love, and new stories to tell in the future. So enjoy, and I will pop down the little exercise in on my blog actually, so www.heartbreathsoul.com, and so just click on the blog page. And today is the 6th of August 2018, so that's the date the blog will be there, and I'll just have little steps to follow for you to connect with those words and sensations in your body, and to do a little healing for yourself, to just connect with past situations and people that may need your love, or some simple words to move forwards. So sending you all lots of deep-hearted, full belly breaths, lots of love and lots of pride and joy in this moment, and as you step further forwards in your journeys. So heartbreathsoul.com is where you find me. If you want to connect, send me an email, give me a call, send some comments, and yeah, lots of love. Kyla Aditi.